No apology and no remorse. But Peta Butler doesn't expect either from her mother. The woman who got her young daughter drunk and left her in a motel room with a stranger. It was the ultimate betrayal. Jailed and now free, her mum holds one last secret. Who was that man?
I wouldn't not have been raped that day if it wasn't for her.
Therese, what sort of a mother does that to her own child?
Public, please.
What sort of a mother does that to her own child?
You don't know the facts.
What stays with you?
The smell, like his cologne, I remember that smell so vividly. The face stubble.
What about Tomo? Where's Tomo, Therese?
Who the f*** is he?
You think that she has that final piece of the puzzle that would bring that man to justice?
Or she knows someone who does.
Therese, why didn't you help them find... Excuse me. Therese, why didn't you help them find the man who raped your daughter?
I tried.
Peta Butler has endured the unimaginable. This is the face of a woman who has overcome trauma most would find insurmountable. It's been 18 years since your mother betrayed you in the most evil way. How are you doing now?
I'm actually doing incredibly.
Remarkable, given at just 16, Peta's mum Therese arranged for her to be raped. She took her on a so-called girls' weekend to Toowoomba, west of Brisbane, gave her alcohol and offered her up to a man known as Tomo. An inconceivable act of betrayal which Peta bravely decided to speak about.
It only lasted for a couple minutes, but while he was raping me, I had my head turned to the side and eyes closed while crying. I couldn't speak. I couldn't, like my voice box had, I couldn't talk. I couldn't scream out to my mum. I couldn't do anything.
Did you tell him you didn't want to do that?
Yeah, I told him stop.
Waiving her right to anonymity, she detailed the ordeal 6 years ago to a Current Affairs Tracy Grimshaw.
I'm thinking about this happening to you and your mum is a few metres away outside the door.
I was hoping she was going to come in and stop it.
But she didn't.
I actually rewatched the story the other day, and looking at that woman, I don't recognise her at all.
Do you feel like you're watching someone else
Yeah.
when you watch that back?
Yeah, someone I don't recognise. She looks like she was in pain. So I'm very proud of who she was.
The attack occurred in 2006, but Peta kept quiet, afraid no one would believe what had happened to her. When she finally reported it to police, she also managed to get her mother to confess her part in it during a secretly recorded phone call.
I told him no, I was crying, I was telling him no.
It was still rape, but you were 16. I wouldn't let him touch you under 16. No way.
Why didn't you come in that room and you stopped me?
Scared?
I was scared too.
I had to trick her into admitting it because there was no way. If police turned up at her doorstep, there is no way she would have ever accepted it.
She confessed to you. She was found guilty. Has she ever apologised to you?
No. And I'll never receive that, and I don't expect to receive it.
How do you feel knowing this monster is potentially still out there?
I fear for whoever he might have touched since. He deserves to be found. He deserves to be brought to justice.
Therese was sentenced to 4 years behind bars, suspended after 12 months, pleading guilty to procuring a child for carnal knowledge. She was released in 2018, but Queensland parole laws have prevented us speaking with her until now. We never had the chance to ask your mother about what she did to you. How do you think she's going to react when we do?
You'll definitely get a show.
Therese, what sort of a mother arranges her own daughter's rape?
Excuse me, you don't know the facts about it.
What sort of a mother does that to her own
Don't do it
child?
in public, please.
What sort of a mother does that to her own child?
You don't know the facts and it was all lies.
Therese, are you sorry for what you did?
You don't know the facts.
The facts are, despite confessing, pleading guilty and serving jail time, Therese has continued to protect her then boyfriend, Peta Tomo Thompson. This image of Tomo was created by police after Peta came forward and was revealed by Current Affair in 2018.
Current Affair, go and yourselves.
She hasn't come to terms with what she did, has she?
Definitely not. No acknowledgement at all. She's trying to make people believe this sob story, even though the evidence is right there. You admitted to it. You did this. Just take ownership.
You want to know the facts?
Sure.
Nothing happened to my daughter. I did not set her up.
When we approached Therese, she was with her current partner, Jason. Therese,
You
you
don't know
know
the
these
facts.
are lies.
Jason Harvey,
You
it's a
pled
current
guilty.
affair.
Therese, why didn't you help them find... Excuse me. Therese, why didn't you help them find the man who raped your daughter?
I tried. I tried. I don't know where the gutless mongrel is, but he never touched my daughter.
Do you think she knows more than what she's letting on?
Definitely. Yeah. Even the police think that.
Investigators believed at the time Therese had information that could have led detectives to Tomo. To this day, he's never been apprehended. How likely do you think it is that he's still out there doing to others what he did to you that night?
Oh, extremely likely. For him to be so fast and knew exactly what he was doing that night, it's extremely high that he's still out there doing it.
How does that make you feel?
Worried, fearful, because there could be other women like me who need help as well, and they probably don't know who to speak to, like I didn't.
Therese, you waited outside while your boyfriend
No, I
raped your
didn't,
daughter.
mate. I never left my daughter's side.
Are you calling
A
your
current
daughter a
affair.
liar?
Yes, I am. You go on by shit
mate.
my moron
You're a liar.
daughter comes out with. She's the liar.
Do her words hurt you now?
Not anymore, they did in the past, but I know the truth.
Are you a monster mum, Therese?
No.
Stop answering him.
I would die for my kids.
Stop answering.
Always have.
Stop answering him.
Back off.
You have to acknowledge what you've done. She could have ruined my life, but instead I turned it to power.
What makes Peter's story so inspirational is that despite everything she's endured at the hands of her own mother, it hasn't impacted the way she's raising her daughters, one of whom is now the age she was when her life changed forever.
My kids deserve to grow up in a house where they're aspiring to be something. So I'm doing everything I possibly can to set the example for my kids.
How does it feel to be the one to do that?
Incredible.
You're being the mum that you deserved, aren't you?
I am.
She's also running two businesses, one a professional cleaning company that boomed during the pandemic, the other more of a hobby, building outdoor furniture. You've been through a lot, you've come out the other side in the most remarkable way. What would give you the ultimate closure?
Finding Tomo.
Something police have never given up on. They're still urging anyone with information to come forward. You want to see him brought to justice?
Yes. Not just for me, but for others that 100% he would have done this to.
And while that final piece of the puzzle eludes Peter, her focus is here. How do you describe yourself today?
Resilient, empowering, very strong, still very emotional, but for the good reasons. But I am a force to be reckoned with.
If you have any idea who this man may be, please contact Crime Stoppers.